Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be reviewing all the Captain Underpants books. So, as you can see, I have every single book. So, let's dive right into it. So first, we have the first Captain Underpants book, where George and Harold hypnotize their mean principal, and then he goes out on an adventure, and he starts to attack Dr. Diaper. And that's when he saves Dr. Diaper from blowing up the moon. And the second one is where for the invention convention, they make Melvin Sneedly, the brainiac at school, makes a pasty 2000 that copies things from a printer. And George and Harold thought, oh, it's nothing. So they copied some comic books about talking toilets, but Melvin was true, and then they came alive. Our third Captain Underpants books is where 3 aliens from outer space try to take over everybody at school and turn them into zombie nerds. And that's when Captain Underpants actually gets his superpowers from superpower alien juice. And when Jordan and Harold do it is, when you see that dandelion right there? He tries to eat Captain Underpants, and that's when they give him it, and Captain Underpants saves again. And then the fourth book is when Professor Poopy Pants tries to everyone laughing at his name, so he tries to change everyone's name into a funny, silly name. And then Captain Underpants tries to save it, and they all get shrunken from Professor Poopy Pants' invention. And then Captain Underpants saves him when he's super tiny, like this small guy is like, bam. Our fifth book is when Jordan and Harold's evil teacher, Miss Ribble, gets superpowered alien power juice into her hair, and then that's when she turns into the Wicked Wedgie Woman and tries to stop Captain Underpants. She ends up blowing up a lot of things, but Captain Underpants was just too good. And even though he got spray starch on, George and Harold made a comic that was really stupid, but seemed to change Captain Underpants' mind. And that's when he went on to save the world. Next is the Bionic Booger Boy. When everyone's making fun of Melvin at school, he decides to make himself into a bionic boy so he can be all powerful and make George and Harold suffer from making him have a stupid comic about him. But then, right as he was about to do it, he is allergic to cats, and his pet cat was in his room, and he, how am I going to say? He's allergic to cats, so he sneezed at the last second, and that's when he turned into the Bionic Booger Boy. Our seventh book over here is when Melvin gets defeated, but leftovers of his body come to life, and they attack Captain Underpants. But again, Captain Underpants goes on to save it, and also Melvin's brain, Captain Underpants' brain gets switched around, so it's kind of funny. Our eighth book is the one I recently got, is Captain Underpants and the purple. It's about purple potty people, where George and Harold's evil twin brothers are in a reverse world, and George and Harold use the purple potty time machine too many times, and it reverses the world. And then there's a duplicate of George and Harold, and they're evil, and they turn Sulu bad, and now the fight is on. There's also George and Harold's grandpa and grandma, or I think they're just George's, drink superpowered alien juice, and they get superpowers, so they're right down there. And then the ninth book is when Professor Poopy Pants returns, but he's changed his name to Tipsy Tinkle Trousers. And when George and Harold go back in time, Tipsy Tinkle Trousers goes back in time, and then it tells the whole story of George and Harold's little childhood. Over here we have the 10th book, which is when Tipsy Tinkle Trousers, Captain Underpants, Sulu, Crackers, George and Harold, they all travel back in time everywhere. And Tipsy Tinkle Trousers uses the Gossy Grow 2000 and almost grows him to the size. Really, he almost and then he grows and he has a bomb big enough to destroy the whole universe. But Sulu, with his bionic brain, at the last second saved the day, and that's when Sulu and Crackers gone away. In the 11th book, we found out that Sulu and Crackers laid eggs, and Melvin has a time machine. Okay, and as you may know, the Turbo Toilet 2000 from our second book over there came to life. The leaders of the talking toilets came back from Uranus, and he came up to try and destroy it. At the end, Captain Underpants wins, and the eggs hatch. They are flying bionic things that really like George and Harold. Our last book is when Mr. Meaner, George and Harold's evil principal, eats some Zygolosto blah blah blah, whatever it's called, and then he turns into a superpower maniac with an huge brain. So he makes a suit and tries to make kids obey him. George and Harold go into the future, get themselves from the future, and come back. This is also where Mr. Meaner sloshes them and finds out how Captain Underpants became, and he destroyed him, and then Mr. Meaner turned into this sludge thing, and now Captain Underpants would stop him. But when he stopped him, Mr. Meaner already sucked out all of his superpowers, so this is the last book, and Captain Underpants has no more superpowers. And by the way, the 3 bionic things saved the world. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. If you want to see our previous videos, then I suggest you check them out. And make sure to subscribe to the channel. Comment down below if you want a shout out. I'll be gladly giving shout outs. Here's a picture of all of them. Once again, thank you. Peace out.